Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's Jen on Acre by the Creek. Hi baby, I'm just looking for a place to put my tomatoes. Oh gosh, I can't believe this. So I got all set up before Noreen's nap to film this video outside next to the garden while she napped, and of course a thunderstorm rolled through and that plan did not work out. So I'm gonna work on getting the stuff back up into the house, and we're gonna have to film on the back porch. So sometimes that's just the way it goes. I did wait about an hour to see if the rain would let up, and it hasn't. And if you're a mama, you know when these naps happen, you have to take advantage and get as much done as you can. So we're just gonna change the plan for today. All right, I think we're good to go. So in case you didn't gather by the title of this video today, I am planting some tomatoes and some hanging baskets. I have so many leftover tomatoes. I started so many from seed. I was able to give some of them away, but not all of them. So I think it's time to experiment. I'm gonna take some of the varieties that I have and plant them in hanging baskets, and we're gonna see what happens. I feel like if I have leftovers, it's the best time to experiment because I'm not really counting on that production there. So it'll be fun to see what happens throughout the season. So I am going to be doing it two ways. One way is just going to be standard with the plant on top of the hanging basket, and we'll see what happens there. And then I'm going to do another one where it's going to be upside down, and then I'll have some pretty foliage and flowers on top of the basket. So I'm really excited for that one because I have some really cute annuals to throw in on top. If you enjoy these type of plant with me videos, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That way you can always come along when I do a project like this, and also give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out so much in the algorithm. I'm a little tiny micro YouTuber, and just any engagement that I get from you guys helps me so much. So thank you for being here, and thank you for watching my videos. Everything's all set up, so let's get into it. Okay, so to start, I have some of these like store-bought planters that your plants come in from the store, and you guys know I save everything, so I went ahead to save these, and they're perfect for this experiment. So I have two of these guys, and then I have one of these hanging baskets that's a little bit more decorative with the coconut liner in it, and this one is the one that I'm going to do the upside down tomato in because I can cut through the coconut liner to get my plant in there. So I think to start, I'll do the standard ones first. So first, I'm just going to take off the clips that hold the hanger in just because it's going to get in the way right now, and then I'll put it back on when I'm ready to. And then both of these store-bought ones have these little drainage plates in here, so I'm going to leave those in because obviously we want some good drainage for our tomato plants. So I'm just going to go ahead first and put the potting mix into the containers. I wish we were outside so I didn't have to worry about making a mess, because I am so good at making a mess. This is really nice potting soil. It's nice and fluffy and light. So now I'm just going to go fingers into the soil, and just to get rid of any of those air pockets from pouring it in. Get this nice and pressed in. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more to each, but just be careful if you're doing something like this at home. You don't wanna bring your soil all the way up to the rim, because then when you water, you'll make a huge mess. So you wanna come up, you know, high enough, but not too high. I know that sounds really unhelpful. Just gonna do some fistfuls. Okay, that is gonna be good because of course I'm gonna be putting my plants in here, which have a root ball, and I don't want to start off with too much. So like I said, guys, full disclosure, this is some experimentation on my end this year. I'm definitely going to keep you posted to see how these plants do, and if these types of varieties do okay in this type of a hanging basket. Typically you would use something like a tumbling tom variety of tomato, where it's going to spill over your planter and give you gorgeous fruit all around. I don't have that kind of variety on hand, and the whole point of this is that I'm trying to use the varieties that I already have, the plants that I couldn't get rid of. So it's an experiment. I'm not going to attach my heart too deeply to these plants. So for these two, the store-bought containers, I'm doing a cherry variety. I'm really curious to see what happens here because this is an indeterminate variety. So in case you didn't watch my all about tomatoes video that I did earlier this week, indeterminate tomatoes can grow very tall and large, and so I'm curious to see what happens here. My game plan going into it is that I'm going to put these in, and then once the plant is basically as tall as I want to get, I'm going to go ahead and top it. Maybe I'll top one and not the other. I don't know. We'll see as time goes on. But I want to top it, which means taking off the top of the plant, and I want to see if it will start to fall over and bush out and grow outwards rather than upwards. And if that happened, that would just be awesome because that's kind of what I want to happen. But if it doesn't, it's just a learning experience, and I thought it would be fun to do the experiment here. I really try not to take gardening too seriously. It's all about learning and seeing what works for you and seeing what type of progress you can make in the coming years. So I'm just going with this. I hope that you guys can also learn to not take it so seriously and have fun along the process, because I know it's so easy to get wrapped up in what you're supposed to be doing and what the plant is supposed to be doing and all of these things. But if you just have fun with it, I promise that you'll love gardening for years and years to come. All right, so let's just go ahead and get these two started up. These really do want to be planted. Look at all of these roots. So with all of this root memory here, I'm definitely going to be fussing this up because this has gotten quite root bound and I don't want it to choke itself out here. So that basically just means rough it up. Breaking up all of that root memory that's there. Gently, of course. So this is kind of what you want it to look like after you've done that. This encourages the plant to go ahead and do some more growing for you. So like I said, this is an indeterminate tomato variety, so I am going to pluck off a few of these lower leaves and bury the stalk a bit. As much as I can, because of course this isn't all that deep of a planter. All right, and then for these planters, I wanted to do a couple of marigolds in each. Marigolds are awesome companion plants for tomatoes. They give off that nice little stink, which will keep some of the bad critters away. So because these are smaller planters, I'm not going to do a ton, but just a couple for fun and for some aesthetics. I think I'll just leave it to the two here. I don't want to crowd this too much, but I have some really fun purple basil seeds that I am going to throw in here. Just a couple. Again, basil is a really great companion plant for tomatoes. So shout out to my big sis. She gave me the leftovers of her purple basil seeds. So thank you, Deb. I love ya. Ooh, got way too many. Alright, so I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of these in. Basil is pretty easy to germinate, so I'm not going to be too worried about anything here. Sprinkle in a little bit of soil over top, nice and loose. There. Alright, first basket, here we go. Curious to see what happens. So guys, while I get this hanger reattached, if you didn't yet, please give this video a thumbs up. I know a lot of people who don't make YouTube videos don't really get why we are always saying that, but YouTube is an algorithm, and in order to get seen, YouTube has to be told that you like this video. So I really do appreciate y'all. So here we go, number one. Move it out of the way here. And I think I'm just gonna do the same thing on this one, so enjoy a little bit of music. we are, number 2 is all done. I'm really tempted to throw another marigold in here, but I'm gonna hold off just because I know this is an indeterminate variety and it's probably gonna get pretty big, so I'm just gonna calm on down. Okay, so next I'm gonna move on to the coconut liner basket. I'm really excited about this one. Like I was saying, it's gonna be an upside down with the arrangement on top, and I just got the funnest petunias. Like, I wasn't even gonna do floral on top, I was just gonna do some basil, and then I was at the greenhouse and I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, of course I have to buy this. Look at how fun this is. Is that not adorable? Oh my god, I love, 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 love these, and they are called Headliner Pink Sky. They're just so fun and so cute. So that is definitely going to be like the star of the show for me. This is Wojo's Gem, and this is going to be the trailer of the planter. So I just wanted something to kind of cascade down and bring some vertical dimension to the planter. So that's what this guy's going to be doing. And then I have a Splash Select White hypoestes. And it's just a really cute and fun variegated leaf. And that was the vibe I was going for because of the petunia having those like speckles in it. I just wanted everything to kind of have a variegated pattern to it. So the Wojo's Gem, this Select White, and then just for a little bit of filler, I have a Dreams Mix petunia. So this will just kind of, it's got your pinks and whites, and these ones over here that haven't bloomed yet are going to be purple. So this will just be some nice diversity on top. For my tomato plant on this one, this is a Roma. It's a lot smaller, as you can see. I accidentally started my Roma tomato seeds a little bit later than my cherry and Better Boys. I forgot that I actually had the seeds. So they were like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks behind. But this here is a determinate variety. So what that means is that this is not going to get as tall and as big as the cherries. So this will do really well in this type of scenario. I've seen a lot of other gardeners do this in an upside down hanging planter with a determinate tomato. So this is kind of less of an experiment, if you will. Like, I'm kind of, ooh, don't eat your words, but I'm kind of hoping that this one's going to do really well and be really fun. So fingers crossed. Okay, so moving on to the coconut liner planter, I'm just going to start by taking off the tag here. And the chain is just kind of hanging out inside. I'm not going to take this one off because I can just pretty easily turn it outside. All right, let's get some soil in there. Oh my goodness, I'm just reading this card because I was wondering if this is a trailing petunia, and I realized I forgot to put my fertilizer in my 2 first planters, so we're gonna have to backtrack and do that in a minute. I totally forgot, but before I forget on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now because what was I thinking? So I am using this Dr. Earth Organic 463 fertilizer. Like Gary on the Rusted Garden says, anything within a couple numbers of a 555 is good. Don't overthink your fertilizer. Oh my gosh, that's such a rabbit hole that you can go down. Just try to stay within a 555 for your vegetable garden and you'll be good to go. So just a tablespoon or so in here that will get mixed in. I'm gonna do all of my top plants first, and then I'll do the tomato last because obviously it's going to be in the bottom. I probably should have cut the hole in the bottom of the coconut liner first, but learn from my mistakes. I'm sure I'll be making a mess in a few minutes here. So I definitely want this awesome Headliner Pink Sky Petunia to be the center of the show. So I'm just gonna plop this into the middle. Disturb the root ball slightly. These are so wet from that rain that was out there. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys like this one as much as I do. I just thought it was so fun. Such a cute little plant. And then I'll put in my Select White foliage here. I'm just gonna plop these in around that petunia plant. These are really cute and fun. Oh, right in here I have my Wojo's Gem trailer. Because it's a trailer, I'm going to put it towards the edge here. This one is so fun. I love it so much. I know it's not as nice being inside for this, guys, but I appreciate you guys watching this video and hanging out with me anyways, even though we're in my back porch, which has been a staging area for all the house painting that we're doing. If you didn't know, we are painting our entire house by ourselves, by hand. At this point, my husband's back to work, so it's kind of honestly just been me painting. But yeah, pop over to some other videos. I'll link them in the iCards if you're interested in seeing any of the home improvements that we've been working on. And these are just the dream variety of the petunias. So I'm just going to plop a couple in here and there. I'm going to plop one in on either side of my trailer and then call that good. Because this is getting nice and full in here. It's going to look so beautiful. It already does. So the fun thing about these petunias is that they'll bloom basically all summer. So it'll give you that really pretty bloom, and you just get to enjoy it again and again. I have some out in the garden next to the archway that we have there, and they're the really dark ones that I told you guys that I absolutely loved. I'll pop something in here so that you can see from my Instagram post how awesome they are. But they didn't have any blooms when I first put them in, and it's been a couple of weeks now, and they are just setting so many blooms, getting new ones every single day, it seems like. So I really, really love these petunias. They just give you so much beauty. They're pretty inexpensive if you buy the ones from your greenhouse, and it's just a really fun and pretty plant to have hanging around kind of all over your garden. So up in these rafters up top here, I have an old like shelf that has some hooks on it. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hook onto there with the planter, cut in, maybe I'll put like a bucket or something underneath to try my best to minimize this mess. Okay, this is gonna be safe. All right, I think it's gonna do, I'm so scared. I think it's gonna do the job. I think it's gonna be okay. So we'll leave that there. And I'm putting my compost bucket underneath. So if any soil falls under, no big deal. I'm so sorry about the light, guys. This is why I like filming outside. It's not the best in here. But like I said, learn from my mistakes and definitely cut your hole in before you do all this top planting and stuff, because I got a whole rig going on right now. Isn't it fun to let someone else make mistakes so you don't have to? Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. See? So I put the compost bucket there. You see that raining down? I would have to vacuum that. So if you did not heed my advice, like I have so strongly been telling you to do, put a bucket underneath. It works too. All right, got my little baby Roma. I'm probably gonna take some of this soil away because that hole is quite small and it's just gonna be a mess. So, well, I got these roots, pretty much most of that soil taken away. So I'm just gonna stick this in to this little hole that I've created in my coconut liner. There we go. Oh, it doesn't feel bad at all. All right, pull this closed a bit so we're not losing all the soil out of this little hole that I cut. But not bad, I did it. I did it, guys. Mistakes were made, but I got it done. Okay, so in just a sec, we're gonna go and try and find a home for these baskets. Believe it or not, I have no clue where I'm gonna put them. But before we do that, I just remembered that I forgot to fertilize those first two. So we're gonna do that right now before I forget again. Loosen this soil back up again. I'm grabbing a tablespoon or so and just sprinkling it on into this soil. The biggest thing is I'm gonna need to find areas that have like full sun. So I would love to put these on my front porch, but I have a really big maple tree in the front and it shades out the whole porch, which is really awesome because I grow my lettuce containers there, but it's not gonna be great for these tomato plants. So I need to do something on the back side of the house. So let's just go take a look around and see if we can find a good spot for them. Now, what I really... Oh my gosh, I just got so scared, y'all. There is a deer. Are you kidding me? Did you hear me gasp? Look at that little baby over there. She's so beautiful. Hi, baby. I'm just looking for a place to put my tomatoes. So dead serious, we never get deer. Like, we've lived here for 8 years, and again, I could count on one hand how many times we've seen deer in our yard. And like, I don't know if it's because of the garden coming back this year. I don't know if these sweet babies are lost, what the heck they're doing here, but they have been here all week. Like, I know that they are not great for your garden, but I love seeing them. It's so nice for them to come over and visit. Aw, I love it. Okay, anyways. Anyways, what the heck was I talking about? That deer, oh my gosh, it scared me so bad. You guys all heard me gasp. Like it was something bad. I just could not believe that she was standing there. But okay, so I think what I was about to say is that I really would think it would be cool to hang the baskets like off of my arch. That would be really fun. I don't know if I have any brackets. That might have to wait until Nick gets home and see if he knows that we have any. But let me just turn the camera around so you can see what I'm blabbing about. So how cute would it be if we had a couple brackets coming off either side or something with the hanging baskets coming over? So as lame as it is right now, I think I am just gonna put them on the dog run for now. That way they can start growing and start putting out some fruit. And then maybe when Nick gets home, he can help me find a more permanent home for them. But for the sake of this video, and for the sake of putting them somewhere, that's where they're going. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, it stopped raining. So I'm glad I even get to do this part. I'm excited. Obviously, I'm quite the jabberjaws today, so I'm just gonna go grab the plants and then we'll put them up. So these do need to get watered in now. I have about a gallon of water in here and my fish fertilizer. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of fertilizer to get these things going. I kind of like them there. I mean, they're not gonna stay there, but it's cool, I like it. Yeah, it'll do. I'm really happy with the way that these tomato hangers turned out. I think that they're super cute and fun, and like I said, it's just a good way for me to experiment this year to see kind of what happens when I do this. Of course, I will keep you guys updated in case you don't follow me on Instagram, because you'll be able to see a lot more content there kind of in real time, and I do post more pictures and updates there as well. So in case you don't already, my Instagram is right here. It is the same as my YouTube name, Acre by the Creek. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. It means the world having you guys here planting with me. These videos are really fun for me to make, so I love that you guys come along with me and go on the journey, and I hope that you also learn something along the way. I'll be back on Tuesday with another 2-minute gardening tip, and on Friday with another video, so be sure that you're subscribed to our channel if you aren't already. Give this video a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you think. Have you grown any tomatoes in a hanging basket like this before? Let me know. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.